Broken vials and ruined doses forced thousands of COVID-19 vaccines to be thrown out.
Now, Action News Wjax investigates what's being done to protect our local supply.
Plus, making sure you get your second dose.
What the mayor says is going to happen to guarantee local seniors get their second shot.
Then, JSO says they just solved the murder of a local 17-year-old girl. How they caught the two suspects almost 1 year after she was gunned down. Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Next at 5, 2 big stories. As fast storms move through your neighborhood, our First Alert weather team has you covered.
I'm Action News Wjax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burris tracking a heavy band of rain and storms when this moves out in the First Alert forecast.
Then, local parents fight back against a man they say tried to snatch their kids.
Now, only on Action News Wjax, what one of these families says the suspect tried doing first with the children.
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. 3 big stories. First, a local second grader has died from an illness related to COVID-19.
Now, our medical expert reveals how this little girl could have been infected by this deadly virus.
Then, the mayor says we're running out of local COVID-19 vaccine doses.
Action News Wjax investigates what this now means for those vulnerable to the virus.
Plus, officers need your help finding this missing 13-year-old girl. The shoes she was last seen wearing that could help her stand out to you. Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Breaking news. Look at this. Neighbors started recording after hearing sirens and seeing smoke fill the sky. What JFRD is now telling us about this deadly fire. Plus, Action News Wjax investigates hate groups in our own backyard.
We'll show you the possible targets being tracked by the FBI in our city right now.
Then, your official Jaguar station welcomes you to the new urban era.
Coming up, how the famous coaching legend will improve our team and the local economy.
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Next at 5, 2 breaking news stories. First, deputies need your help finding a local missing 5-year-old and her great-grandmother.
The red flag that had families suspicious that something wasn't right.
Then, the Jags move closer to announcing Urban Meyer as team's new head coach.
I'm Brett Martineau. We'll break down how this college coaching legend will shape a new era in our city.
Plus, we're getting you more answers about local COVID-19 vaccines.
I think this is the only way to go.
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Breaking news. A local Navy veteran was arrested for child sex crimes. What investigators found that convinced the suspect to turn himself in. Then, we sit down with Clay County's new top leader, Sheriff Michelle Cook.
The biggest changes families can expect to see with her in charge now.
Plus, putting an end to a dangerous problem happening in our own backyard.
There's not a corner in Jacksonville that human trafficking doesn't happen.
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Local coverage you can count on. Next at 5, 2 big stories. First, a brand new COVID-19 vaccine site opened just for local veterans.
They want to see their families. This is supposed to be the golden years.
In just minutes, we reveal the steps you need to take in order to secure a spot on the list.
Plus, we dig for answers into local security concerns ahead of the inauguration.
What the sheriff and FBI told me when I asked if there's any potential threats that could put your safety at risk.
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Chaos at the Capitol is stirring up local emotions. First, one of the 14 arrested for rioting in D.C. is a man from St. Augustine. What we're now learning about the charges he's facing today. Then, a heated social media post ends with a local coach suspended. What he's accused of posting online that has parents fired up. Plus, are your kids asking tough questions about what's going on?
In just minutes, we'll share different ways you can talk to them about what's happening right now.
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax. Breaking news. 2 big arrests. First, JSO just arrested this man who's accused of raping a child. How they connected him to the sexual assault of an 8-year-old girl in 2015. Then, a St. Johns County teen was arrested for murder just hours ago.
The retaliation officers say she planned after a breakup that turned into a deadly crime.
Plus, Action News Wjax investigates concerns and frustrations with local COVID-19 vaccines.
What worries you the most?
Next at 5 on Action News Wjax.